The Department of Elections has prepared this presentation to provide essential information about voting in the September 14, 2021 California Gubernatorial Recall Election. This presentation contains three main sections. In the first section, we will cover registration, qualifications, and ways to register to vote. In the second section, we will review what will be on the September 14th election ballot. Lastly, in the third section, we will discuss voting options and language and accessibility resources. After we cover these topics, there will be a short survey to submit your feedback on this presentation. The easiest way to register to vote is to fill out the online form at registertovote.ca.gov. You can do this from any computer or mobile device, at home, work, or at a public library. You can also contact the Department of Elections to request a paper registration form be mailed to you. To vote in California elections, a person must be 1. A United States citizen, 2. A current resident of California, 3. At least 18 years old on election day, 4. Not currently in prison for a felony conviction, and 5. Not currently found mentally incompetent to vote by a court. You can register or update your registration information, such as your current address, online or by mail up until August 30th, 2021. After that date, you will need to register in person at the City Hall Voting Center or polling place and vote while you are there. To take advantage of all your voting options, we encourage you to register or update your registration as soon as possible.
If you are unsure whether you are registered to vote in San Francisco, give us a call at 415-554-4375 or visit sfelections.org/voter portal or voterstatus.sos.ca.gov.
Voter registration rules are slightly different for people in certain special circumstances, including unhoused voters, voters involved in the justice system, voters in college, and voters who need to remain confidential for their personal security. In this presentation, we will go over some information pertinent to such voters. To learn more, visit sfelections.org/registration or contact the department. When registering to vote, a person living without a fixed permanent address can provide a location where they usually stay as their residential address. This location can be cross streets or a homeless shelter. A person can also provide a mailing address where the Department of Elections will send all official election materials. A mailing address can be any valid postal address, including a post office box or a business address. The residential address where a voter is registered determines which contests and candidates appear on the voter's ballot. For example, suppose someone attends school away from home. In that case, they can register to vote in either the county where the school is located or the county where they permanently reside. Voters are not allowed to be registered in multiple counties at the same time. Still, they can provide a mailing address in a different county than they are registered. In 2020, voters passed Proposition 17, which amended the state constitution to allow otherwise eligible residents who are on parole to register to vote. Consequently, the only people who cannot register and vote because of being involved in the justice system are those currently serving time for a felony, either in prison or in jail. Working with the San Francisco Sheriff's Department's Prisoner Legal Services Unit, the Department of Elections provides registration and voting services to people detained in a San Francisco County jail. If you or someone you know would benefit from more information about these services, contact Prisoner Legal Services at 415-558-2472. Safe at Home is a program administered by the California Secretary of State's office. This program offers victims of domestic violence, stalking, sexual assault, human trafficking, elder and dependent abuse, as well as reproductive health care workers a safe substitute mailing address for the receipt of official election mail. If you or someone you know would benefit from more information about this program, please call 877-322-5227. In mid-August, all registered California voters will receive the State Voter Information Guide with information about gubernatorial replacement candidates. Around the same time, San Francisco voters also received the local voter information pamphlet with a sample ballot information about voting in the upcoming election. If you'd like to stop receiving paper versions of these guides and receive them by email instead, you can opt out of receiving the mailings. Go to voterstatus.sos.ca.gov to stop mail delivery of the State Voter Information Guide, or sfelections.org/voter portal to stop delivery of the local voter information pamphlet. This concludes the first section of this presentation. Next, we will review what will be on the September 14th election ballot. The Gubernatorial Recall Contest is the only contest on the September 14th election ballot, but it has two parts. The first part asks, shall Gavin Newsom be recalled, removed from the office of governor? The second part lists the names of replacement candidates. You may choose to vote in only the first part, in only the second part, or in both parts. Whether you vote in one or both parts of the recall contest, you can only make a single selection in each. In other words, do not vote both yes and no, or select more than one replacement candidate. How do I vote in the first part of the recall contest? Use a pen with dark ink or pencil to fill in the oval next to either yes or no on the front of the ballot. If most voters select yes in the first part, then Governor Newsom will be removed from office. If most voters select no in the first part, then Governor Newsom will remain in office. How do I vote for a replacement candidate in the second part of the recall contest? Use a pen with dark ink or pencil to fill in the oval next to the name of a candidate, or fill in the oval next to the blank space at the bottom of the list and write in the name of a qualified write-in candidate. See sfelections.org/write-in for a list of qualified write-in candidates. If Governor Newsom is recalled, most voters selected yes in the first part of the recall contest. The replacement candidate receiving the most votes in the second part will replace him as governor. Votes in the first part and the second part of the recall contest are tallied independently. If there are more yes votes than no votes in the first part of the contest, then the candidate who received most votes in the second part will be elected as governor. This concludes the second section of this presentation. Next, we will discuss your voting options and language and accessibility resources. On August 16, 2021, the Department of Elections will begin sending vote-by-mail packets to all locally registered voters. Each vote-by-mail packet will contain the official ballot, an instructional insert, a postage-paid return envelope, and an I voted sticker. On the same day, the department will open its accessible vote-by-mail system, AVBM, with screen-readable ballots compatible with personal assistive devices at sfelections.org/access. For this election, AVBM system will be open to all voters. First and foremost, to be counted, you must return your ballot on time. When returning your ballot by mail, make sure your ballot envelope is postmarked on or before September 14th. When returning your ballot in person, you can bring the ballot envelope to any ballot drop-off station before or on Election Day, or to one of the city's 588 polling places, which will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Election Day, September 14th. For drop-off station locations and hours and polling place locations, go to sfelections.org/myvotinglocation. If you wait until Election Day to return your ballot and use a blue USPS box, home letter box, or business mail drop, be sure to check the mail pickup times. If the last pickup has already occurred, do not use that mailbox because your ballot will be postmarked after Election Day and will not be counted. If you find yourself in this situation, you can either find a mailbox with a later pickup time at usps.com/locator or visit the City Hall Voting Center, any polling place or drop-off box where you can hand deliver the ballot no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. Did you know you can check on the status of your VBM ballot as it moves through the printing, assembly, delivery, and counting processes? You can go to sfelections.org/voter portal, contact the department at 415-554-4375, or sfvote@sfgov.org, or sign up to receive notifications about your ballot's journey via email, text, or voice message at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov. If you do not receive a VBM ballot packet, perhaps because you moved at the last minute and forgot to update your registration information, or if you lose or damage your VBM ballot, you can get a replacement ballot in the mail anytime between August 16th and September 8th by contacting the department or going to sfelections.org/voter portal. After that, if you need a replacement ballot, you will need to visit the City Hall voting center or polling place in person. Let's review what we have learned about voting by mail in San Francisco. For the September 14th recall election, all registered voters will receive VBM ballot packets in the mail approximately 1 month before Election Day. Any voter can access their vote-by-mail ballot through the accessible vote-by-mail system at sfelections.org/access. The easiest way to return a VBM ballot is to use a postage-paid ballot return envelope enclosed with your VBM packet. Just drop it in a blue USPS mailbox or hand-deliver it to the City Hall Voting Center, any polling place, or drop-off box. Regardless of how you return your ballot, remember to return it on time. While some people may find it easiest to vote by mail, other people prefer to vote in person. If you choose to vote in person, you may do so at the City Hall Voting Center or a polling place. In the next part of this presentation, we will learn about in-person voting options and the resources available at San Francisco's in-person voting sites. For the upcoming election, the City Hall Voting Center will be open to all local voters who wish to register to vote or vote in person, use accessible voting equipment, receive personal assistance, or return their vote-by-mail ballots. The voting center will be open every weekday except Labor Day, September 6th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The last 2 weekends, September 4th to the 5th, and September 11th to the 12th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And of course on Election Day, Tuesday, September 14th, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. On Election Day, the department provides 588 polling places throughout the city. If you decide to vote at a neighborhood polling place, be sure to go to your assigned polling place so that you will receive the correct ballot. Visit sfelections.org/myvotinglocation to confirm your assigned polling place address, including the type of facility, such as school or public library, cross streets, and accessibility information, such as the slope at the entrance. Your polling place address will also be printed on the back cover of your voter information pamphlet that you will receive approximately 1 month before Election Day. Language resources will be available at all in-person voting locations. Voters may choose to mark a bilingual ballot in English in either Chinese, Spanish, or Filipino, or refer to translated copies of official elections guides and other materials at any voting site. Facsimile ballots translated into Burmese, Japanese, Korean, Thai, or Vietnamese will also be available for reference at some voting locations. In addition, at most voting locations, the department will provide in-person bilingual assistance in commonly spoken languages, with phone translation available at all sites in many additional languages. To receive your voter information pamphlet, ballot, and elections notices in Chinese, Spanish, or Filipino, visit sfelections.org/voter portal to update your language preference. Accessibility resources will also be available at all in-person voting locations. Any voter may choose to mark a touchscreen or audio format ballot using a ballot marking device, or use accessible voting tools, such as page magnifiers or pen grips. Any voter can also request personal assistance from a poll worker or curbside service, which allows voters who cannot come inside a voting facility to vote outside or in their cars. Remember, poll workers and Department of Elections staff are always available to help. To receive your voter information pamphlet in an accessible format such as large print, CD, or thumb drive with MP3 audio, call the department at 415-554-4375 or 415-554-4386 for the TTY hotline, or submit a request at sfelections.org/sfvote. If you decide to vote in person and you have not been vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus, please remember to wear a face covering so you can protect public health. For information about vaccination in San Francisco, you may visit sf.gov/getvaccinated against COVID-19. There is no better way to fully participate in San Francisco elections than by being a poll worker. In addition to fulfilling a vital role, you could receive a stipend of up to $240. If you are interested in becoming a poll worker, please apply today at sfelections.org/PWA or contact us, and encourage your friends, neighbors, and family members to do the same. The Department of Elections is currently hiring seasonal employees to assist with election tasks. These tasks include conducting voter outreach presentations, training poll workers, surveying voting sites for accessibility, maintaining voter data, providing language assistance, and counting and processing voted ballots. If you are interested in employment opportunities with the department, please visit www.jobappscloud.com/SF to check for any open positions or contact the Department of Elections. This concludes our presentation. We hope you found it informative and engaging. All of these topics are covered on our website, sfelections.org. Please do not hesitate to call the department's outreach team at 415-554-5685 or write to sfoutreach@sfgov.org with any questions. We welcome your suggestions on ways to improve this presentation. Please take a short survey at sfelections.org/outreach survey.